I rise in strong opposition to this rule and the blatantly unconstitutional underlying legislation, which threatens the health and basic rights of women all over America. Right now, we should be working to create jobs and grow the economy. Instead, here we are again with the majority trying to insert their extreme and divisive ideological preferences into law. And yet again, they are trying to impose their traditional view of a woman's role on everyone else, force women back into these traditional roles with limited opportunities. This legislation, which attempts to ban virtually all abortions after 20 weeks, is a clear violation of the law of the land and has already been struck down in its sponsor's home state of Arizona. But they don't give much regard for law of the land. Witness the number of times that they have voted to repeal the Affordable Care Act, 37 times. This bill is anti-choice, anti-constitution, anti-science, and it is, yes, anti-women. There is no exception in this bill for women whose health is threatened by carrying the fetus to term. Yes, why should we worry about women's health or whether they live or whether they die? Instead, this bill puts the federal government squarely between a woman and her doctor. It threatens doctors with 5 years in jail if they perform a legal, constitutional, and sometimes medically necessary procedure. I asked my colleagues on the other side of the aisle, does the bill disqualify more than half of all rape victims, since 54% of these victims do not report a rape due to intimidation or embarrassment? Or, under the new reporting requirements in this bill for rape and incest victims, would they have to report even if their life is in danger from the perpetrator? And yes, is it the case that this bill redefines what qualifies as incest by only applying it to a minor? Therefore, an adult who has been victimized by a relative since childhood and who gets pregnant is not allowed to have an abortion of pregnancy with that relative. Simply put, this proposed ban is antithetical to our laws. It's an affront to women's health, and I urge my colleagues to oppose it.